All right, now it's time for
Have Another Drink with Jimmy, brought to you by organically farmed and produced by all-woman production team. This Tuscan red wine from Italy is a luscious blended red table wine from the historic estate of Carmignano that belongs on every dinner table all summer long. Grab a bottle at your closest wine store today.
It's Tenuta di Capizana, Barco Real de Carmignano. Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's it.
All right. Jimmy Santangelo is here. Jimmy is so Santangelo, obviously an Italian name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you speak Italian at all?
Only menu.
Menu items.
Your menu literate.
I'm a menu Italian.
Yeah, menu
I like it. What area of Italy is your family
Salerno,
from?
so east of Naples. Yeah.
By the way, Jimmy will be around for another segment, so you can ask him questions, 877-602-9696, if you'd like to line up and ask Jimmy questions right now. But let's talk about this wine. I haven't tasted it yet, but it smells great.
Yeah, this is a new selection in the wine stores, the Capizona, and this is from, it's an Italian red wine from Tuscany, and Tuscany's more famed for Chianti, right? Chianti, we've all heard of Chianti.
The wicker basket on the bottle.
Wicker basket. That is a town, it's a place, it's a region, and Sangiovese is the dominant grape varietal, not only in the Chianti area, but also throughout Tuscany. And this, Carmignano, is a town, is a place. It's a small wine-growing region. And there's only 20 producers or so making wine out of there. And Capizano, the wine that we have here, the Tenuta di Capizano, they are one of the more famed ones. They're one of the more famed ones there. Now, in order for red wine to be called from that area, Carmignano, a few requirements have to happen. First, you have to at least have 50% or more Sangiovese as the blend in this. And then, interestingly,
Sangiovese is a variety?
Yeah, that's the grape variety. And then you have to blend in between 10 and 20% Cabernet Sauvignon. This particular selection that we're featuring this morning is 75% Sangio, 20% Cab Sav, and then balanced between Cabernet Franc and Caniolo, another grape varietal.
I think I can taste
it's
the
a
lady
big blend.
There's some lady in there.
There's some lady
from the
female
tell us
winemaking
about
team.
the all-woman production team.
So, when you assess the wine, you want to look at it, smell it, put it to the palate. I'm going to invite you to grab this wine glass by the stem, tip it over, or the white part of your paper or otherwise. We do break down red wine between purple, ruby, and garnet color. Most of your wines are going to fall into a ruby-style color, but you do see a little bit of a browning on the edge there. I'm going to look at the vintage here. 2021. So, you start seeing that between 3 and 5 years, so that's an indicator of its age. Aromatically, you just give it a little spin, get it under the nose. We do break down red wines between red, blue, and black fruit. I really think this falls into that red and black fruit profile. You get some crushed berries in there, blackberries, a little bit of minerality too. Not that you can smell minerality, but it really just kind of comes out. When you do put it on the palate, you do want to keep a little bit of wine on your palate and draw air in over the wine while it's still in your mouth. The reason is vapors are still in your mouth and they come up into your palate, and as you draw that air in, those vapors come up through your olfactory canal, your nasal cavity, and you go.
Yeah. It is different than just taking a sip.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
I haven't either.
It just cleans your nasal passages a little bit.
Got some nice drying tannins, but that fruit really comes through. Still on my palate. Oh, now here comes some acidity. Nice. This has got a great long finish. I would love this with carbonara. Oh, my God. A little pasta, a little meat-based pasta, maybe some rigatonis. This is a great summer sipper reason. Anything coming off the grill, this wine's going to nail it. It's going to go after all those big, rich protein meats that you're pulling off the grill, and that saltiness from the items that you're grilling. The salt is going to knock down some of this tannic structure in the wine, making the wine appear fruitier. And
you wouldn't think salt would do that. You'd think salt would make it more acidic, but it brings out the fruit a little.
Yeah, it does. So the wine has arguably fruit. The two primary characteristics of this wine is fruit and tannin, the dryness. And when you have saltiness, say if we had potato chips or a salted almond.
How about a meat and cheese plate?
There you go, meat and cheese plate, definitely charcuterie. All that salt's going to knock down the tannic structure, leaving that beautiful fruitiness behind.
Okay. Tell us more about the production team.
The the all-female production team up in this area. When I was doing research on this wine, I like to do my excuse me. I got a little Carmignano on my palate. I went back to some books. I got some old wine books on my shelf, and I'm flipping through it, and I was reading about this wine growing region. There's only a 24 winemakers, producers in this area, and in that text that was published in the late '90s, early 2000s. This winery is listed as the top one.
Oh.
So it's got a lot of great heritage behind it and famed in that wine growing region. So this is a wine really representing that winemaking team is representing a staple, a top premier blend selection from this region.
When you say that it's it's produced on an estate.
Yeah.
Is there like an old house there? And
there can be, yeah, and that term chateau always gives imagery for French wines of grand castles. Not necessarily, but whenever you do see the word estate on a bottle of wine, or it's sourced from estate fruit, that typically means, it's not a law, but it typically means, it implies that the winery actually owns the vineyards. So it's estate fruit. It's on their property. They own it. They're farming it. They're managing it.
They're not importing it from other
not importing it, or maybe they have a contract up the street by somebody managing it for them.
It's very good. $20 a bottle.
Yeah, $19.99. This is a definitely get out there to the wine store. It's available at the brand new wine store, Store One, downtown Salt Lake.
Yeah, you can tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well,